When Duelist Alliance first dropped into TCG, the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was changed forever. With a budget of £40 a week, and with 3 of the Shaddoll structure decks, I'm going to attempt to make a fully viable Shaddoll deck. From beginning to end, I think I have a chance. Welcome to Shaddoll Sealed Only. Not sure how well this will go, but we'll get right onto it. So then, last week was... Whoo boy! Pulled shit, did great. No idea how that works, but I'll take it. But I want to get Cross Sheep. As soon as I get Cross Sheep, I can then focus on doing other things. Because as soon as I get Cross Sheep, I can buy myself a couple of boxes of Dual Devastator, get all the hand traps, get all the generic stuff, get all the support stuff, already bump a few things, get a few Kaijus to go along with Lava Golem, and see how things go from there. So, that being said, let's just shut up and start opening these. Now, all of this up here came up to £40, so if you're wondering what these are, these were my prize packs for the locals that I won the previous week. It's just that the problem that I had with my camera, of course being memory space, I could not record the last few matches, or even me opening these things. So I decided to open them with all of these, and let's see what we go with. So, here we go. If we can get something like Lightning Storm from this as well, that would be absolutely amazing. But Cross Sheep is the target. I wouldn't mind as well getting Agnes or Wind Pegasus as well for this, because that would just be a whole lot of help. So, with that being said, we got that, Eyeshadow, Venus Report, and oh! This is actually good, because this acts as another Pancratops in some circumstances, so we can actually use this in some methods. So, you know what? I'm not mad about that. Alright then. Second pack, whoops, of Ignition Assault, and we have this thing. Oh! Fantastic! We needed this card as well. This guy is going to help us out a landslide a lot. That is until 2020 comes around, but I think I might still play him in the new Master Rule because of that. So, this, another Ancient Warrior, and Jacko Bolon. I think this guy, it isn't worth much, but I think he is sought after for a lot of zombie decks, and I know I need him in my vampires, that's what I'm most certain. Okay, let's get started, shall we? So, pack number 1, what do we have? Another TIE Strike? Oh god, if this is going to be the same as the other one, I'm just going to go blue. Oh! Fantastic! First one out of all of these, and we get a Cross Sheep. Excellent. Fantastic. Don't need to worry about anything else. I was about to say as well, because over here... I think this is the right pile that I was... Yeah. Over here, I have 2 of these dang things. But no, thankfully I did pull the 1, so I'm really, really grateful about that. Get this guy right here. There's an FTK of these guys now, can you believe it? So that's it. I'm never going back to Ignition Assault. That's all I need. I am absolutely thrilled to the bone. The worst Link ever. We got this at the very beginning of a Link era, and it took us to the very end to get it. And it's a very good reason why we got it to near the end, because it's just so awful. That guy, and... Oh! Excellent! That's the second one of these guys, so... We might actually be able to get a playset of this guy, but if we don't, I'm glad with the 2, and I'll be glad with the 2 of him, and the 1 Pancratops we'll get in the Dual Devastator. So we got that, this... You know what? I'm happy. A playset of those guys. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. He may be a once per turn, yeah, and he may be a wind attribute, which is kind of sucky, but what can you do? Another gravity controller, fantastic. One of those, and another Jackalpalon. Ooh, Dragon Maid stuff. I'm gonna be getting some packs of the next set just so that I can get the new Dragon Maid stuff. It's just... Oh, I love the Dragon Maids so much, even if they're not so competitive. But, oh god. Just... I love them so much. Sky Striker rare. Oh, this card. Fair enough. The 4 packs at the back. Imagine that. Anyways, moving along. So we have the worst Link ever, that card, Phoenix, and... oh wow! Huh, Rose. Well, Sky Strikers are still doing something from what I've seen, so that's easily going in the trades, not without a shadow of a doubt. Just imagine if I pull a Prismatic all of a sudden, that would be in, Starlight, Starlight Rev, that would just be amazing. Quackimero. Okay, 2, 3, 4, that, and ooh, the Time Thief. Excellent. Almost done, 3 packs, but you know what? The first pack from the guys that I bought, it's just fantastic in amongst itself, and it helps out a lot. This card. Oh, so glad I pulled this in the entry packs last week, but even if I didn't pull it in the entry packs, I didn't need to worry too much about it. Another one of the Quackimeros. See what else I get? We get this card, and 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 that card. Right then. So we have this guy, this card, the Power Ranger, this card, Code Talker inverted. Fair enough. Final pack. What can we get? Can we get a secret though? That would be very nice if we get the secret. Another gravity control. I think that's like a playset of gravity controllers we have right now, actually. Not mad! But you're going to my trades because, well, you're like another Pankratops. We got side deck cards, like a playset of them, and 2 extra deck cards we were in desperate need of getting. This changes everything. This, changes a lot. So, I guess I'll see you in the update. Alright, so to put things briefly, like I said earlier on, I could only get 5 minutes of the first matchup I was playing up against. It was Cyber Dragons, and miraculously I somehow managed to take the W in that department. And I went first both rounds. So you can imagine on how terrifying that was to try and play against Cyber Dragons when you are going first with Shaddolls. And I didn't open up Winder, which was fairly terrifying to say the least. But let's get up to round 2. Round 2 was Guru Control. This was so close to being a good matchup for us especially, primarily because it was a game of resources of me versus him, and oh boy, if only my hand was better in the last 2 rounds, and that way this would not be as bad as what it was, because in round 1 we pretty much took the W as soon as I had a board of this, and I dragoned his Subterra final battle. In round 2 though, oh god, round 2 and round 3 I should possibly mention, I drew a hand that was a monster mash. No spell and trap removal, no fusion cards, but when I did pull the fusion cards, they were the wrong ones. So we took the loss on that one. Round 2, I'm not gonna lie, was actually a little bit terrifying because I was going up against zombies, and oh boy, if you played zombies, they get that perfect setup with both Zombie World and Doom King, then you're automatically in trouble. And I really do not want to know what that Eldorado archetype is going to do with the Doom King setup after all of this is done, because oh boy, this was definitely a matchup nonetheless. But I managed to take the W in round 1, primarily because I just kept on summoning Winders, and when she managed to pull out Starving Venom Fusion Dragon after super polying me, let's just say it was an easy victory when I Suicide Construct into Starving Venom and let Winder took game. Game 2 of this one, when I was facing her, this was a stereotypical Balderoch control board that I was practically used to seeing at this point. Just seeing Balderoch in the field zone, and as well as some form of protection, regardless of what it was. In this case it was Link Karibo, and now I had to realize a way how to get around Balderoch, Second card, Zombie World, and Link Karibo. So this was going to be tough. Well, after playing some plays, I decided to introduce her to a little new friend of ours. I'm sorry if I keep on doing these JoJo Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusader memes, but come on guys, that is just too much of a good show to ignore nonetheless. Anyways, after summoning Gravity Controller, things went hell lot in our favour. Especially, and brace yourselves, I'm gonna throw in another one! I think it's safe to say that at this point there was practically only so much that this poor lass can do, because as soon as I went into Starving Venom, she tried to take control of my Starving Venom with that zombie spell card that could take control of level 5 or higher monsters, especially after decking Burial from a different dimension. But unfortunately, after El Shaddoll fusing Starving Venom away into El Shaddoll Winder, oh boy, things were just left off in the driver's seat for me from there, because I banished the other Balderach. And as soon as my turn came around, I went into battle phase and attacked over Balderach with Construct, and because Balderach can only negate effects of zombie monsters rather than activations, Construct was capable of killing the Balderach, and I went through for game. My next round was up against Salad, so this was a good test for me against one of the top tier meta decks of the format, especially when my turn came around and he had his stereotypical board of Salads with a set back row, Sunlight Wolf, etc. I simply just exhausted his back row, but when it came to his turn, he actually made the fusion monster of Salamangrease, which I don't often see that very often. Then my turn came around, and this board explains everything. Round 2 was a little bit interesting, because as soon as my turn played and I felt like I was in the driver's seat when I had Construct on the board, I suddenly got sucker punched. Game 3 though was possibly one of the best ways I could gain complete control of any matchup I could ever have in my entire life. Because this is what happened. I opened pretty much meh-ish, as I managed to only get myself into Shaddoll Greister after super polying his Sunlight Wolf away. I had Lava Golem in hand, but that wasn't going to do anything, knowing that he had Sunlight Wolf on the board. But when I summoned Greister, he crackdowned it. So at this point, I read Shaddoll Fusion, which was also in my hand. Oh no! He was in control of my Shaddoll Greister. Greister was summoned from the extra deck. I could have activated Shaddoll Fusion, which I did, and I got my Greister back thanks to Dragon. I had pretty much a summon negate, and pretty much Shaddoll's biggest beating monster in the game, and this one play just put me in the driver's seat. This matchup was literally one of my favourites of the night, and I will definitely post it to show what kind of a matchup it was. I know I said that a few times previously beforehand with a Burning Abyss and the Lair of Darkness matchup. However, I want to wait until after the series is done so that I can upload all of those matches within within the same time period. Just so that you can get a good idea on how much I was having fun with these matches. The final round was Thunders, and in game 1 I pretty much ended the game in the quickest scoop I ever had in my entire life after drawing another Monster Mash hand.
Normal Summon Mathman, attempt to use Mathman's effect. Let's go into game 2 because this is what I opened.
After opening a similarly bad hand in game 2, I decided to drop the Lava Golem on top of that IP Masquerena and that Thunder Dragon Titan, and then from this point I made El Shaddoll Ap Cologne and started building the biggest wall I could possibly muster, only for it to get steamrolled immediately afterwards. I should possibly mention as well that my battery life on my camera died, so I didn't get the last bit of this gameplay's footage, but from what I can remember of the Thunder Dragon matchup, it did last a lot longer than I was originally expecting in round 2. We didn't manage to beat it, obviously, but we did as best as we could against it. So that was it. Now, because of my battery life dying, I can't show the prize packs because, I don't know, if I show the prize packs being something like a Megaton and I suddenly pull in a beer and a Borosword, people won't believe me. But I will say that next week we will be opening Dual Devastators. We have 0 interruptions. It's by time we changed that.